Hi everyone, let's do this problem. So this given is total cost function. Now the question asked is the average cost per unit. Then get the minimum. Okay, let's get the average cost function. I just use a of x. Then is the total cost function divided by x. So is 1470 over x plus 36 plus 0.3x. This function divided by x. Because you want to get the minimum, now let's get the derivative. We know here 1470, here is negative x squared, plus 36 0, then 0.3, right? I put aside, we know 1 over x if the derivative is, if you could remember, is this. Or you can just make x to the power of negative 1. So negative 1 jump down, then negative 1 minus negative 1. So it's still negative 1 over x squared. This average cost function, this derivative is 0. So you get 0.3x squared is 1470. So x squared here is 4900. So x is 4900 is a perfect square, right? It's 70. So it's positive negative 70. We eliminate negative number because for all the application-based question, all the solution should be positive or at least 0. So we got a 70. So that's our first question. How many units you would get the minimum? Because the cost, cost function, we look for the minimum, right? For the profit function, we look for the maximum. So we know 70 here, and we don't need to go to negative 7. We can just 0 here because the lower bound should be 0 because you can't have negative variable. So now we have 2 intervals because we don't need to consider all those negative numbers, right? Then you have that. Then you could here just choose x is 1. Then what's this derivative? So x is 1. Let's see here. 1, of course, 1 is big negative, right? This is small, this positive number. Definitely less than 0. So we know that's the decreasing. Here you can just choose x equals 71. Now let's see. So x is 71. This is kind of like 4900 more a little bit. So this is definitely less than 1 over 3. So this is bigger. So now is greater than 0. Since a, this derivative, when you 70 in, right, it's greater than 0. Then it's increasing. So decreasing, increasing here is minimal. Or you could skip all these steps, for the cost function, the critical point always should be minimum, right? Otherwise, the question is not right. For the profit function, the critical point mostly is maximum because we look for the maximum profit, make sure the cost is minimum. So now we get the first question, right? The second one, the minimum average cost per unit. So big per unit, we still need to use this, right? So this a of x function when x equals 70. So you need to replace, so 1470 x plus 36 plus 0.3x, then x replaced by 70. I just skip here, we would get a 78.